स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम् स्वधर्मज्ञानवैराग्य साध्यभक्त्येकगोचरः नारायणः परम् ब्रह्म गीताशास्त्रे समीरितः श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि.
Before going to this paragraph 36, we will just say about what we call dharma bhayen. Dharma bhayen. What is dharma bhayen? I give you one or two examples now. One, there is a habit among some people that they are so affectionate towards the Lord, especially the women folk of the house. They have the habit of placing a tumbler of water in the sanctum sanctorum, the sannidhi of the house, in order that, because this is a summer season here, the Lord will become thirsty and will drink the water offered. And in order to make it ready, they place a tumbler of water. The other people who do not follow such a habit may think that they are not doing it. And what will be the dharma? Is it adharma in not keeping a tumbler of water there, or is it dharma? It's a filial affection of a mother towards a son, towards a child, and therefore what should be followed? Follow some people who place the water, or follow some people who do not do? So that is dharma bhayam. That is dharma bhayam. You can also say that. Dharma bhayam. And also the bhayam doesn't mean exactly the fear only, fear alone. It also means hesitation. Hesitation. Sankochaha, we call it in Sanskrit. Shyness in following the rules. There should not be shyness in following the rules. All the poets, when they praise the Lord with their devotional songs, they say, I have no vocabulary to my credit. My dictionary in the relevant language is not sufficient enough to praise you. But I have taken up the task without shame, shamelessly. We say, anapatrapaha. This is a word which means I am shameless. Aham anapatrapaha. So apatrapam is shame. Apatrapam. Of course, the root of the word may be found in niruktam. Therefore, anapatrapaha aham. For example, in Swami Vedanta Deshika's Ashtabhujashtakam, there are 10 verses there. So it will be 8th verse. Eighth verse will be Praptabhilasham Tat Anugrahat Mam. Praptabhilasham Tadanugrahan Mam Padmanishevye Tava Pada Padme Adeha Patat Aparadhaduram. Okay, no, not that way. Okay, some other word. This verse is of course Adeha Patat Aparadhaduram Atmanta Kainkarya Rasam Videya. Some other context I'll tell you. Apatrapam me. That's the word. That's an expression. I am shameless. I don't have shyness, though I have no enough vocabulary to praise. That is usual what we call Naityanu lowering oneself, and that is also one form of bhakti. And therefore, bhayam, that is bhayam, hesitation, shamelessness. Shamelessness in knowing or doing an incomplete dharma. I am not perfect in dharma. I feel I am not perfect in dharma, therefore I have bhaya. I have fear, hesitation. And another occasion, I think if you bear with me just 1 minute, I will take the email which I received from a prapanna, again, a prapanna. And he has explained what is prapanna according to Ramanujacharya. It gives you a list of people. Just a minute. Yeah. So, what is the path shown by Sri Ramanujacharya? Now, how do you achieve these three yogas, karma, jnana, and bhakti yoga? Then, how do we avoid the sufferings in this world? And also, we have a plan to make our life smooth and comfortable, pleasurable in the next world. What are the requirements? Now, some Sanskrit words are used. I'll also say the Sanskrit word. So, vivekaha, by which all of you can understand that it is discrimination. The discrimination in taking food, a good food. This is what now we all recommend. Because of the present world situation, we say that we must take hygienic food. And the food should be acceptable by the Shastra. And how is it by Shastra? Again, Swami Vedanta Deshika comes to our rescue by saying, by giving a work on Ahara Niyamaha, rules of food, rules of taking food. But we may say that it has become obsolete today. Generally, what we feel as hygienic, good for health, so that is the first step. So this is what leads you to karma yoga. Again, the karma yoga, we perform good actions based upon our food. We say whatever that has gone into our belly, that should then our attitude will be according to the food that we take. So again, the next one is vimoha. Already we have listed the 6 enemies called moha. So vimoha is again what we call control of sense organ. That is the second step. The third step is abhyasa, practice of the yoga. Number 4, satkriya, good action. When we say good action, it refers to what we call the sixfold duties of soul, individual soul. Namely, we have a list of common list of, especially for the, of course, twice born. So one has to study scriptures, adhyayanam, Veda adhyayanam, reading the scriptures, study of scriptures, and also understanding. Then Veda adhyapanam, teaching the scriptures. Then yajanam, performing a sacrifice, yagaha, yajnam, homaha, homaha in a smaller measure, yagaha in larger scale. Performing yajanam, sacrifice. Yajanam, if others perform sacrifice, help them. Help them. Then dhanam. So here dharma also is included. The word dharma covers the charity, dhanam. Give, gift. Then finally, pratigraham. Also receive, pratigraha. Receive also. Receive the dakshina, receive the sambhavana, receive the feast, and also give. So these are all called satkriya. And added to that, there are many types of sacrifices also enjoined on the Brahmins, but they have to be performed by dikshitas, initiated people, and so on. Then the fifth step will be making ourselves concentrate, making us concentrate on the auspicious attributes of the Lord. That is the fifth step. So how do we establish that fifth step? How do we go about in the process of involving ourselves in the auspicious qualities of the Lord? Speak the truth. Speak the truth. When you speak the truth, don't do harm to others. My speaking truth should not be offending anybody. That is what we say in a very, very famous quote in Sanskrit, Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. You can talk truth, it should be at the same time palatable truth. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. Na satyam apriyam. Don't say unpalatable truth. Though it is true, don't say that because it's unpalatable, it's not enjoyable. Again, priyancha na andratam bruyat. Don't say lie, don't tell lies because it is palatable or congenial, favorable. It is liked by others. So don't tell lies also. There are occasions where you can tell a lie. In a wedding ceremony, in a death ceremony, in an emergency, there are some rules. Again, there is a quote I'll tell you later. So this is now Priyancha na anrutam bruyat, esha dharma sanatanaha. This is dharma. This is where we go with fear. Now, I think last time when we started the discussion, a comma will make a change in the meaning. A comma, a simple comma, will make a change in the meaning. And simple spelling mistake will lead you to disaster. For example, two examples are there. One lady and one demon. Demon is Kumbhakarna, and lady was the wife of Kashyapa Maharshi, namely Diti, D-I-T-I, Diti. Diti is the wife of Kashyapa, and she made a mistake in spelling. The spelling error. That is the bayam here, dharma bayam. Then that is the number one, part one of making ourselves steadfast in possessing all auspicious characteristics of the Lord. Number two, the part two will be arjavam. Arjavam is, I translate it as straightforwardness, frankness, and genuine presentation. And the friend who mailed me said, there is a quote in Sanskrit again. There are three types of, three aspects in our body. So we said kayaha. Kayaha is body, shariram. Manaha, the mind, heart, and also the action. The thought, action, and thought, action, or deed. So we say karmani ekam. All the good people will be devoted to single action. Karmani ekam, manasya ekam. And in the mind, heart, they will feel one. And vachasyekam, in the word. So we say karmanyekam, manasyekam, vachasyekam mahatmanam. So what will be the nature of bad people will be karmani anyat, manasi anyat, vachasi anyat, duratmanam. This is the quote from what you call general verse, subhashitam in Sanskrit. So he says arjavam involves these three types of straightforwardness, frankness, and goodness. Namely, in heart, in your words, and by the body language, you can say. By the body language, you must have oneness of action, same action. Then third step in this following what we call the auspicious qualities of the Lord will be daya, pity. Daya, pity. Now we refer to our context, namely karunyam. So asthana sneha karunyabhyam. That is the quotation. That is they are the words of Sri Yamunacharya in Gitartha Sangraha. And also Swami Deshika repeats that. Asthana sneha karunyabhyam. So the karunyam, the word daya, or you can say kripa, so will be unselfishness or selflessness. Selflessness. So don't do anything that only for yourself, your own sake. Do some actions for others also. Now that involves more deeply. We must not bear others' suffering. In the sense, we must not bear that the others should continue to suffer. They should not. They should be made to. They should be made happy. We must stop their suffering. So that is feeling one with the suffering people, and try to help them. At least by mind or heart, we pray that so and so must get relieved of the suffering. Then next step will be, fifth step will be dhanam, charity. Charity again is included in the dharma. So in whatever way that you feel fit, so you do whatever good action that shows your charitable attitude. Then last but one will be ahimsa, non-violence. So don't harm any living being, whether it is animal or human being. Then lastly, we say anabhidya. Anabhidya is do not covet others' property, and don't try to find fault with others. Don't pick holes with others. Don't even think of them. Don't think of others' faults. We try to always find others' mistakes. We want to realize our own mistakes. So that is the last part of what we call following the auspicious characteristics of the Supreme Soul by the individual soul according to Sri Ramanujacharya. you have also two more points, which I will take it up in the next session. There are two words called anavasadaha and anuddarsha. So these two will be taken up later. Now let us go to the paragraph 36. So tadatra tam uvacha ityadi shloka traya paryantaha grantaha. Paryanto grantaha will become paryantaha while you split the word. Paryantaha grantaha shastra avatara rupa. That is the first sentence. Tat therefore atra here. Tat therefore atra here. That is in this context, in this situation. Tam uvacha rishikeshaha. That is the Bhagavad Gita verse. It is the verse from the second chapter. After positioning the chariot in between the two armies, he started telling, Lord Krishna started telling Arjuna, Tamuvacha Grishikesa. So, Ityadi, Shloka Traya Paryantam, up to the three verses from this Tamuvacha Grishikesa, Grantha is Bhagavad Gita, book, Shastra Avatara Rupaha. It gives you the form of the introduction or unloading of the Vedic science. Shastra Avatara Rupa. What are the rules of the scriptures? How do we follow what we call dharma? How should not we should we not do what we call asthana sneha and asthana karunya? How can we behave without showing affection in the wrong place and without showing the pity, sympathy over the wrong person or wrong place and wrong time? That is the first line. The second one, I think we will go deep into the three verses from the Bhagavad Gita a little later. Then Tavat, then Sangrahanaya, in order to abridge, in order to make it very brief, Atra here, Shloke in the verse, namely of Gitartha Sangraha, Prathama Adhyayaha iti Anuktihi. It is not said here about the first chapter. It is only generally when we saw the verses from the beginning of Gitartha Sangraha, we saw about the condensation of the first 6 chapters, then condensation of the second 6 chapters, then condensation of the third 6 chapters. That is how. Now coming to this Adhyaya, so it is not mentioned as Prathama Adhyaya. Iti Anuktihi, it is not mentioned here. Uktihi is statement, Anuti is no statement. There is no statement as calling first chapter, Prathama Adhyaya. Then Astihi, but indeed it is there. Where? Uttareshu Saptadashasu Tat Adhyaya Grahanam. Now again, spelling mistake in Sanskrit will be double ta in the along with already there are 2 tas. Tadadhyayana. Tat Tadadhyayana Grahanam. The second ta also will be added with one more consonant. The third line in Sanskrit, I think it will be right in English transliteration. It is there correctly in English. It is correct in English transliteration. So tat adhyaya graham. So the chapter name has been mentioned in all the 17 chapters. Uttareshu, yeah, that's right. Very good. Thank you. So Uttareshu Saptadashasu, in the next 17 chapters, in order to grasp the meaning of the chapter, the name of the number of the chapter has been mentioned. Tatu Adhyaya Grahanam. So we can understand the mention of the number of the script chapter. Anantarecha, even afterwards, Cha is and of course, and afterwards, Sangraha Shloke, in each of the condensed verse, the verse of condensation of each chapter. Natvevaham jatunasam iti adehe artham abhipretya dvitiya grahanam. Dvitiya grahanam. It is not grananam. It is grahanam. Or it should be dvitiya, grahanam. In English also, I think you have to correct it differently. So grahanam one, NA, first N can be removed in English. First N and A. In Dvitiya Grahanam, you can remove NA in English. Here in Sanskrit, you delete only Na. That's all, right? That's all. The Sanskrit has become out. The same thing with, that's all, right? So Anantare, later on, Sangraha Shloke in the verse that gives you in brief the essence of the chapter. Natvevaham jatunasam is a statement of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So ityadehe, so many words in the chapter, in the second chapter. Therefore, artham abhipretya, aiming at the meaning of such words of Lord Krishna, Dvitiya Grahanam. The number 2 has been accepted. We have to take it as, understand it as second chapter. Such a, so sahacha, that also, Dvitiya ante, at the end of the second chapter, Vyakhyana Purvakam Uddhrita, with the commentary preceding, the preceding commentary, Uddhrita, it's quoted. So what is quoted? Evam Atma Yathatmyam Buddhakyasya, sorry, Yuddhakyasya Karmanaha, Tat Pratisadhanatam Ajanataha, Sharira Atma Jnanena Mohitasya Tena, Mohena or Tena Mohena, Yuddhat Nivrittasya Asya Mohashantaye, Nitya Atma Vishaya. Then Sankhya Buddhihi Tat Purvikacha Asanga Karma Anusthana Rupa Karma Yoga Vishaya Buddhihi Chita Prajnata Yoga Sadhana Bhuta Dvitiya Adhyaye Prokta Tat Uktam Nitya Atma Asanga Nitya Atma Asanga then Moha Shantaye. Now Swami Vedanta Desika is very specific in giving the meaning of these words. So in the third, the fourth sentence, Sahacha, at the end of the second chapter, Vyakhyana Purvakam with the commentary earlier, Uddhrataha, it is quoted. It has been taken as a quotation. Evam, in this way, Atma Yathatmyam. Atma Yathatmyam is Paramatma Yathatmyam. Understanding the true form of the Supreme Soul. Then Yuddhakyasya Karmanaha. How to understand? How to understand the true form of the Supreme Soul is through Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga for Arjuna? Fighting. War. War is the means of Karma Yoga. Performance of Karma Yoga. So, Yuddhakyasya Karmana, the action that which involves the war, the fighting activity, Yuddha Akyasya. Akya is name. So, Yuddha Akyasya, in the name of war, the Karma Yoga is being performed. Karmana. Then, Tat Pratisadhanatam. Not Pratisadhanatam, it is Tat Prapti, sorry. Tat Prapti Sadhanatam. So how to achieve that Karma Yoga? A Kshatriya should fight, and by war, how will he complete the Karma Yoga? How will he come to the end of Karma Yoga? So, Tatu Prapti Sadhanatam. What is the means to achieve that Karma Yoga in full? So, how to perform perfectly the Karma Yoga with the help of war? That is what now Arjuna is confused. So, he doesn't know. Rather, you can also even say that such a character in Arjuna is created by Lord Krishna. Everything is created. So that Arjuna has been made restless, Arjuna has been made ignorant, Arjuna has been made unaware of the war strategy to complete Karma Yoga. All this is the contrivance of Lord Krishna. The plot, P-L-O-T of Lord Krishna. You can also say cunning way, you can say, or nice way, so that we are all taught these concepts perfectly. Through a Kshatriya, all the sections of the society, namely Brahmana, Vaishya, and also others, are taught through Arjuna. So Arjuna is only Vyaji Kritya, Uddishya, Partham Prapannam Uddishya Visa. So Uddishya will be Vyaji Kritya, making a disguise, making Arjuna rather what we call guinea pig. Here he is used as an example. We don't say he is misused or he is abused. So he is correctly used. So tat prati prapti sadhanatam, the way, the method of approach to perform the karma yoga through fight, through war. Ajanataha, when he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Arjuna does not know. He is ignorant. Then now he is now given the wisdom. What kind of wisdom? Sharira Atma Jnanena. The Sharira Atma Jnanam is going to be given to him. But he is already confused with Shariram and Atma. He thinks both are one and the same. He thinks Atma is Shariram or Shariram is Atma. So the body is the soul and the soul is the body. So Sharira Atma Jnanena, by the wrong wisdom, you can say. It can be either Sharira Atma Ajnanena, Sharira Atma Jnanena. So he has a bad wisdom now. And he has no correct perception of what a soul is, what an individual soul is, and what the Shariram is. I think you have heard about this word Shariram many times. Shariram is a body of an elderly person, an old man, old person. Old people have got the Shariram, whereas young people will have Shariram called, otherwise called Deha. The body is called Deha. Deha is a growing body with tejas. That will be Deha. Again, a growing body will be called Tanuhu in Sanskrit. Because until the age of, I think, 25, one goes on growing in height. And of course, after even 25, one becomes bulky, of obesity increases. That is also what we call Sharira Vardhanam, the growth of the body. There it is called Tanuhu. Tanuhu. If it is a slim body, you can call it Tanuhu. The slim body will become a fat body because of the word Tanuhu. Then Vapuhu is there. There is a word called Vapuhu in Sanskrit for Shariram. In different stages. Therefore, if a child's body is to be indicated, we have to say Deha. An old person's body is called Sharira. Because the limbs are going to be dilapidated soon. Therefore, sense organs will become weak. And therefore, it's called Sharira. Shiryate iti Sharira. It's going, it's decaying. Shariram is decaying body. So Sharir, now the problem is our understanding of the difference between the Indian soul and the body. So also Arjuna is also confused. Mohitasya, he is more confused. So Tena Mohena, with that confusion, so what did he do? Because he was confused, he stopped starting of the war. He did not want to fight. So Yuddhat Nivrittasya. He retired. He retired from the fight. In the sense, he retreated. He did not come forward to fight after sitting in the chariot for a long time. And after Krishna brought the chariot in between the two armies, the two sides of opponents, now he dropped down the weapon, bow and arrow. And therefore he is now he is withdrawing from the fight. Yuddhata Nivrittasya. Asya, because he is nearby, this man, this Arjuna. Asya is of this person. Moha Shantaye, in order to remove that confusion, in order to hammer that confusion. Adi Shankaracharya wrote a stotram called Moha Mudgaram. Moha Mudgaram. Moha is confusion. Mudgaraha means hammer. What we call iron. We say ironing the differences. So Moha Shanti, Moha Mudgaram is otherwise called. Any idea of the participants over the stotram titled Moha
Bhajagovindam.
Yes, it's Bhajagovindam. Very good. I don't want Keshav Swami to come forward.
Sorry, I do it.
Yeah, first. Okay. So, Bhajagovindam. So, this more popularly called Bhajagovindam than anything else. So, he called the title, the original title given by Shankaracharya is Moha Mudgaram. That is what we are doing now. The Lord Krishna is doing with Arjuna. He is hammering the confusion. So, Moha Shantaye, in order to make it come down, make the confusion, make it a little, or make it little. So, Nityatma Vishaya. Nitya Atma Vishaya. This Atma is Paramatma. Nityatma is Paramatma. So, according to Advaitins also, we said Paramarthika Satta last time. So, Nityatma Vishaya, the matter is content, is Vishaya is content. That this Vishaya is qualifying the word Buddhi later on in the next line. So, Nityatma Vishaya Buddhihi, an intellect that concerns with the Supreme Soul, permanent soul, Nityatma Vishaya. Then Sankhya Buddhihi. Now you can also say Nityatma is our Jivatma, individual soul is also permanent. It also has no destruction, no death to the soul. Atma Nityaha. Here, so that means we have to understand both individual soul, which is permanent, and the Supreme Soul, which is again permanent. Then Sankhya Buddhihi. Sankhya is now the concept which Lord himself, Sriman Narayana himself formulated it with the avatara, with the incarnation called Kapila Maharshi. Kapila Maharshi appeared in the story of King Sagara. King Sagara's 60,000 sons went in search of a horse which has been let out as a formality in Ashwamedha sacrifice, so that the king who performs the Ashwamedha sacrifice establishes his own supremacy and get crowned as Chakravarti, a monarch, an emperor. And therefore, if there is no opponent to fight with the king, he becomes unique. Whereas the horse must be tied up, or the horse must be either or the horse must be stolen. Indra stole the horse, and because why Indra stole the horse is because King Sagara Of course, Raghuvansa, the solar race king of solar race, he completed 99 Ashwamedha sacrifices. And anyone who performs all the 100 Ashwamedha sacrifices will be occupying the post of Indra, the God's leader. And therefore, the present incumbent, namely Indra, will not allow anybody to complete 100 Ashwamedha sacrifices. And therefore, when all these 60,000 bad sons of Sagara went in search of the horse, they dug the earth everywhere, and all the dug pit has become Sagaraha, the ocean, after the named after the king, namely Sagara. That's why we call the ocean Sagaraha. Then, so under the ocean, they went into Patala Lokam, and they saw the horse tied up and standing nearby the Kapila Maharshi. Kapila Maharshi, the sage, famous sage called Kapila, and it is who founded the Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya has got two branches of philosophy. One is called Seshwara Sankhya, that which believes God's existence. The other one, what we call atheist philosophy, Nirishwara Sankhya. The Sankhya has got lot of concepts. It has got 72 Karikaha. Karika is just a small pithy verse in Sanskrit, which tell us the concepts of Sankhya. So Sankhya Buddhi. Now we will be elaborating that Sankhya later. Here, if you have already the knowledge of Sankhya, then it is very good. Then Sankhya Buddhi, Tat Purvikacha, the earlier knowledge also, before one has the intellect of understanding the Sankhya philosophy. Then Asanga Karmanushtana Rupa Karma Yoga Vishaya Buddhi. The intellect should be associated, will have the content, Vishaya Buddhi, with the Karma Yoga. The intellect should be used to perform Karma Yoga, but Karma Yoga will be in the form of Asanga Karmanusthana, performing the action without attachment. Sangha is attachment, Asanga is with detachment. Then Karmanushthanam is follow-up of action, performing the action. Then Rupa in that form, Karma Yoga Vishaya Buddhi. Now Arjuna must create an intellect in performing his Karma Yoga, namely through war, in order to remove his confusion between, in the matter of difference between the individual soul and the supreme soul, and also difference between the body and the soul. The body is impermanent and soul is permanent, and that he must perform it, wage the war without attachment. Again, without affection in the wrong place and sympathy towards the wrong person. Now, so what should he achieve? He must achieve Chitta Prajnata. So that is otherwise called Jnana Yoga combined with Karma Yoga. Prajnata. Prajna is intelligence. Prajna ordinarily means consciousness. We use it in Tamil also. But Sthita Prajna is firm consciousness, firm intelligence. You can say Prajna is intelligence, firm intelligence, unwavering, fixed intelligence. Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajnata, the quality of that intelligence. The quality of the permanent or everlasting intelligence. Sthita Prajnata. That is called yoga. So that yoga must be the means to have the intellect. So in order to practice Karma Yoga, And then combining with the Jnana Yoga a little later, so Sthita Prajnata Yoga Sadhana Bhuta Buddhihi. So the intellect, Arjuna's intellect, or rather our intellect, should become so perfect with the means of the firm intelligence practice. Practice of the firm intelligence. Again, only one aspect here. What is tattvam? What is the principle? What is the final principle? What is the basic principle? What is the last principle? What is the ultimate principle? That is Sriman Narayana. That's all. Very one in one word. So Sthita Prajnata Yoga Sadhana Bhuta Dviti Adhyaye Prokta. Now it has been said in the second chapter. Therefore it is said, Tatu Uktam. Tatu therefore Uktam said, Nityatma Asangaha. Nityatma Asanga. So don't get very much attached to the ways of the world, but it should be Asanga. And I'm interpreting in two ways. Asanga will be with regard to the worldly things. Then Asanga will be total attachment towards the permanent soul, namely the Supreme Soul. Nitya Atma Asanga. Close contact. Asanga is close contact with the Supreme Soul. Why? It is for Moha Shantaye. So these are all quotations from the book. Therefore, Nityatma Asanga, that will be for Moha Shantaye. I think there is one full stop and double full stop extra. There may be some just dots to show that it's all quotation. So Moha Shantaye will be bringing down the confusion, making it very little. In the case of Arjuna and in the case of all devotees, as you said, prapanna. All the prapannas also must have the firm belief, firm faith, especially in God and especially in the preceptor also. Here we say as a joke, Lord Krishna, in all the previous incarnations, like Rama, especially Rama, he lived the life of a human being. He lived the life of a true, sincere, faithful, whatnot, human being. But still, people did not correct themselves. All the individual souls did not come back to normalcy, in the sense they didn't do anything perfect. Therefore, we say Lord Sriman Narayana incarnated like Krishna. There is a proverb in Sanskrit saying, how do you follow Rama? Ramadivat Vartitavyam. Ramadivat Vartitavyam. Reading the story of Ramayana, you should not behave like Ravana. Ravana is a very great Shiva devotee. He has sacrificing tendency. He is from a good clan. He is Vishravasa's son. Vishravaza was a great sage. He is also considered as one of the 7 great sages in different lists. He has got a lot of penance to his credit. But Ravana, so what do you say in Sanskrit is, Ramadivat Vartitavyam. Be like Rama, na Ravanadivat, not like Ravana. Unlike Ravana. Behave unlike Ravana, whereas behave like Rama. Now that is one kind of statement. Again, between Rama and Ramavatara and Krishnavatara, we say this, Ramadivat Vartitavyam, Krishnasya Upadeshaha Kartavyam. In following the actions of other people, take the example of Rama, role model as Rama. Rama is the role model. Whereas don't take the role model of Krishna, don't follow him, his actions, but take his words in confidence. Krishnasya upadeshaha kartavya. Ramasya karma palaniyam. We must follow the actions of Rama, but we must follow the words of Krishna. We cannot follow the actions of Krishna. Here, in this case, I think going to the Krishna Avatara, why Lord Sriman Narayana took the Avatara as Krishna, Lord Sriman Narayana thought whatever effort he put in through all the previous incarnations became useless in redeeming the people, in making the people perfect, the individual souls. And therefore he thought he will become a teacher to advise. He wants to become a preceptor to instruct. Then again we say that as Lord Krishna as an Acharya failed miserably, and therefore he created Alvars and Acharyas. He produced Acharyas and Alvars. Later, after even Krishnavattara, he found that nobody, no Shishya is a good disciple to follow Krishna as a preceptor. That's what we say just for establishing his purpose of creating or bringing back to the earth the Nitya Suris, as you said earlier, in the form of Alvars and Acharyas. Now here, over to the participants.
So you quoted quite a lot of sloka verses from Subhashita, some Subhashita verses.
Yeah.
And this last one that you quoted was very nice, saying that follow the actions of Rama, but follow the words of Krishna. And of course, Rama didn't have a big philosophical treatise that he spoke. I don't know. There is a Rama Gita, I believe, but still, it's not as popular as Krishna, as the Gita of Krishna. So that Subhasita, that verse is found where exactly?
Which one? Ramadivat Vartitavyam? It's a general saying.
Okay. So maybe you can send me a text of that, and
Yeah.
It's very nice. And I think you mentioned some other general statements in the class. It'd be nice to know those statements, even if we don't know exactly if they've come from any shastra, but still, if they're general subhasitas or dharma shukshmas, small spiritual sayings, that would be great to have those. Now, coming to the commentary, in the beginning of the commentary, Vedanta Deshika, he quotes this sloka, Tamuvacha Rishikesha, which is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 10, which is the last verse before Krishna actually begins to speak the instructions to Arjuna. So again, it's interesting, but we're still only on this verse of Yamunacharya is got to do with the first chapter, but already Vedanta Deshika is speaking mostly in the commentary about the second chapter, because not much happens in the first chapter except for just setting the scene up and as we talked about last time, that different personalities are feeling some fear. Arjuna is feeling karunya and shneha, and Duryodhana is feeling anxiety, tension, or some sort of fear that his forces are not adequate enough. Even Dhritarashtra in the very beginning, first sloka, he's anxiety. He wants to know what is happening on the battlefield far away. So he asks Sanjaya to tell him. Okay, so there's not a lot, and then basically, like any play, there's an introduction of the characters in the first chapter. So we get to know many names of the participants. Now I noticed, this hasn't got much to do with today's commentary, but in the Gita, the names of the participants in Sanskrit, they all mean something. They have some deep meaning. The names. Krishna has a meaning. Arjuna has a meaning. Yudhishthira has a meaning. Yudamanyu. Different people have the names have meanings. So is there any commentary that people have gone through and they have explained in detail the deeper meaning of the person's name? Because a person should have a name according to his qualities, correct? So in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we get many names of the warriors.
I find that these names in what we call ancient books like Mahabharata are not understood in the proper sense by us. We do not know the meaning, and we may refer to Niruktam, the etymology of etymological science of words, namely Vedanga. We may find those names there, and if they are meaningful to us, when we understand them as adjective, we may try to give the meaning. But because many people did not write commentaries on the meanings of these characters, names of the characters, that means they are not very important. They are not very important. In the case, for example, in the case of Lord Krishna and Arjuna, we have different names in the Bhagavad Gita, and they are all meaningful. And you can trace the meaning somewhere from the actions they perform. Parantapa.
Yes.
And then in form.
Yes.
Kaunteya. Kaunteya will be the son of Kunti.
Yes, I was also thinking that sometimes the Lord is spoken of as Keshava, and sometimes Krishna, and sometimes Rishikesha, and different names, and at different parts in the Gita, and the same thing with Arjuna. So probably somebody who is very expert in Sanskrit poetics or understanding the meaning knows why the author of the Gita, or Vedavyasa, has used those particular names in those slokas, in those verses.
No, you can always get the beautiful meaning of Krishna's names, all the names. There's no doubt about understanding the meaning of the Lord's name. Even Arjuna, for example. But not the different characters. Suppose you can say Bhishma, the word Bhima, both are the same. Bhishma, Bhima are same. Vibhishana, for example, Vibhishana, Bhima are one and the same.
The meaning.
Both are frightening characters.
Right.
Vibhishana is frightening character. Bhima is also a frightening character. That also, I think, almost similar to Bhishma. And there was one Kripacharya in the list of Duryodhana's what you call courtiers. And the word Kripa you can understand. Of course, Dronacharya, in what sense? Drona has got another meaning. Maybe he is unlimited in knowledge, he is called Drona. The meaning, there is no measure of knowledge. Drona is called a measure. What you call a liter, as we say today in Tamil, English. Padi in Tamil. Padi. Some all the time measurement. So Drona will be And Droni will be a bucket. Droni is what we call bucket. Here, so meaning there, he is not confined. His knowledge is not confined to only one field. Though he is a teacher of archery, he knows everything. A preceptor is supposed to know many things better than this disciple. So definitely all names of Krishna can be traced with their meaning. The word Krishna, though literally on the surface it looks as though it is black. Krishna means black, the color. Of course, he is Neela Megha Shyamala Varna. You cannot explain it as dark black color or what we call pure black color. We will always say in science also, the combination of all colors is black. The combination of all colors will be black. And here Krishna has got two important meanings. One is Karshati iti Krishna. He attracts people. He has a demeanor. He has a charisma. That is Krishna. Another meaning is he is the Karshakaha. He is the peasant, farmer. P-E-A-S-A-N-T, peasant or a farmer in plowing the field of creation. He is plowing the field of creation. He brings out crops. The crops are individual souls or any other living being or even the achetana, the non-sentient being. All are crops. So he is a farmer, he is an agriculturist. Krishna is an agriculturist. Because again, he pushes the what we call the yoke, rather what we call the plow. He drives two bullocks on both sides of the plow. So that means plowing the field in the sense he is actually enjoying the Leela Vibhuti of his own creation. And that is general normal meanings of facial meanings of Lord Krishna. Whereas Arjuna also is given a lot of names in this Bhagavad Gita, which we can understand easily. It's all, and again, as you said, there are some occasions, there are some contexts in which the special name is mentioned by Vedavyasa, because when it comes to an example, for example, the what we call the control of sense organs by a sthita prajna, a man of firm intellect, then Rishikesha will be the address towards Lord Krishna. Because Krishikam meaning a sense organ. Krishikam. H-R, capital S, H-I-I-K-A-M. So Krishikam. Krishikam means Indriyam, the sense organ. So Krishikanam Ishaha, he is Lord of sense organs. And he can overpower all the sense organs. He is the controller of sense organs. He can put down, subside the sense organs. The sense organs are under his control. We call it also yami or samyami. Yami also you can say, or samyami, a man of control with sense organs. So Rishikesha is used in a particular context. Rishikanam Isha. More often mispronounced by people of other languages.
So Arjuna is called also Gudakesha.
Yeah, Gudakesha, yeah. Again, some words are, of course, Gudakesha is a peculiar word in Bhagavad Gita. It doesn't occur in Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. I'll tell you.
Yeah. So no, I was just thinking that because you gave that example of the different words for the body, that Sharira, it means an old body, and Tanu means a young, thin body. And if we want to speak about that, this will be a very, this will be more more detailed understanding than most people have of the meaning of the words. When we look in a dictionary, we just if we look at synonyms for the word body in Sanskrit, we'll get all these different synonyms, but the shades of meaning are not apparent to us who have not studied deeply. But thank you for explaining those. So anyway, so that I was just thinking about the different terms for the participants in the Battle of Kurukshetra, whether there were different shades of meaning there. Just as you say, Vibhishana and Bhima and Bhishma all mean the same thing, but just like you said, Tanu and Sharira have different shades of meaning, perhaps Vibhishana and Bhima and Bhishma also have some shades of different meaning, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, moving on from that, in the beginning of the commentary, Vedanta Deshika quotes this verse 210, Tam Uvacha Rishikesha, from Bhagavad Gita, and then he says that there are three slokas coming after this. So, Traya Paryantaha.
Yeah.
So what three?
Sloka Traya.
Sloka Traya.
Trayam.
Yes. So which three? Which are these verses? 11, 12, and 13 of the second chapter. The three verses that come after.
Yeah. From Tamuvacha Rishikesha.
Okay, so these three verses are important, and that's what he's talking about. And then this samas, this compound here, Shastravatara Rupa.
Shastravatara Rupa.
Yeah.
Again, Shakti Tatpurusha, Shastrasya Avataraha.
So the Shastra Bhagavad Gita is considered like an avatar? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Really?
Avataraha, as we said, downloading.
A download.
A download of Shastra.
Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita itself is considered to be Shastra. It's a Shastra, but it's a when you say avatarati means to descend. So
yes, avatara doesn't mean incarnation.
No.
It is only a download.
Only a download. Yeah, but a download means it has to come down. So does it mean that the Gita is known in some other place, in a higher place, in Vaikuntham?
No. Shastra is Veda.
Shastra is Veda. Oh, I see. So Shastra, the word Shastra here means Veda. Yes. So Bhagavad Gita is considered to be equal to the Veda. Gita Upanishad, in other words. Am I right?
Gita Upanishad, yeah.
I see. So here Vedanta Deshika is simply reiterating the idea that the Bhagavad Gita is a very important scripture, equal to the Veda, and therefore it is like a expansion of the Veda.
Right.
Correct? Okay. Yeah. Very good.
We call it Upabrahmanam in Sanskrit. Upabrahmanam. Okay. That is, Veda, from Veda onwards, all the Puranas, Smritis, Dharma Shastras, and Itihasas. So all these four or five are called Shastra.
Right. But specific, yeah, okay. So but here the concept is like Sarvopanishado Gavo Dugda Gopala Nandanaha. That in the Gita Mahatmyam it says that the Lord, the Upanishads are like a cow, and Lord Krishna milked them and gave us the nectar of the Gita. Okay, so that's very nice. So then later on, we've got this Saptadasa. So there's 17. What was
Saptadasasu? This Saptami Vibhakti word, meaning in the 17 chapters.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, exactly what was in the 17th chapter that we had to understand? I'm not quite understanding why he's quoting 17th chapter.
No, the first chapter, namely, the first chapter has not been mentioned.
Yes.
So it is available in the coming verses, the later verses of Gitartha Sangraha. Each chapter has been named as 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 7, 18.
I see.
So
And
from
why?
2 to 18, from the second chapter to 18th chapter, we have the mention of the number of the chapters.
The number of the chapter, and why didn't Vedanta Deshika or why didn't Yamunacharya mention the number of the first chapter?
Because it is obvious.
Okay.
The start.
Obvious to great people, not to me. Okay, so that's nice. Okay, so then the next sentence of the commentary speaks about Natvevaham Jatun Hasam.
Natvevaham Jatunasam.
Yeah. So this, why is it? Again, this is second chapter.
Yeah.
And then he's saying,
Natvevaham Jatunasam Natvam Neme Naradhipaha Nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayam atah param. That is the quote.
yes, I think we discussed a little bit about that yesterday.
Earlier also.
That the Lord has taken many births, Arjuna has taken many births, but not necessarily together, right?
I know Arjuna doesn't know how many births he had earlier.
Right.
That means he doesn't know that he existed earlier.
Right. Okay. And then later on,
And again, there is no uncertainty that they will be again born.
there's no certainty that he'll be born again.
There's no uncertainty.
There's no uncertainty.
They'll be born again. Yeah.
Okay, so the idea is by emphasizing the fact that we were born many times before means that we have also going to take more births.
More births to come. Yeah.
But of course, the Lord, he isn't forced to take more births. But
That
but
means he will also have more incarnations.
he's also forced to take more births because we take more births because of his compassion on us.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't call his birth as birth, but
Right.
call it as incarnate.
Right.
Because he is not attached to the world of creation. Attached in the sense there is no commitment to him.
Right. Okay, so then I was interested also in the next part of the commentary that there was somehow or other this evatma yatatmyam was in quotes. That is coming from where? Evamat atma yatatmyam. Yuda
Atma-yathatmyam.
Yeah.
Atma-yathatmyam, Atma, I told you, refers to the Supreme Soul.
Yeah.
Yathatmyam is the original form.
Right.
Atma-yathatmyam is only the original form of the Supreme Soul. There's no need of understanding. Of course, you have to understand your own individual soul and the difference between the individual soul and the Supreme Soul, and understand the relationship between the individual soul and the Supreme Soul, the limitations of the individual soul and the independence of the individual Supreme Soul, and so on. So many qualities that mark individual soul are different from the Supreme Soul. This is called Atma-yathatmyam. It can be also Jivatma-yathatmyam and Paramatma-yathatmyam.
Right, but what I couldn't understand was there's an open quote, there's a double quotation that came in the printing of the book, and I didn't see any closed quotes. But so I was thinking this is part of some quotation from somewhere.
Either it must be from the Gita Bhashyam of the Ramanujacharya.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe. Okay. So again, later on in that same sentence, you highlighted this compound, Sharira Atma Jnanena, and you said it can be broken Ajnanena. Sharira Atma
No,
Jnana.
not the present word cannot be broken. You can modify it as Sarira Atma Ajnanena, then the next word Mohitasya will be relevant.
So
More
so
relevant.
so is it a mistake in the printing? Should it be Ajnanena or
No,
should it?
I mean, the problem is Arjuna is confused with the knowledge of the soul and the body.
I see.
But what he possesses is before fighting, he possesses the wrong knowledge of the body and the soul.
So
What we call we call it the knowledge is a fallacy for him.
okay. So whether Shariratma Magin
We
Sharira
need not
Atma,
modify. We need not modify the commentary because
it means the
unless
same
it is
thing.
originally so,
So
we need not modify.
it'll mean the same thing if there's a long A or a short A.
Right, that's what I said.
Right.
In order to be very, more clear in understanding, then I said Mohitasya will go with Ajnanena.
Right. Okay. So it could have been more clear if it had been Ajnanena. Okay, I understand. But actually, as a compound, it's fine the way it is, right? It means the same thing. The knowledge of the body and soul. Okay.
You can say now because you have asked me. So now the problem of Arjuna is he identifies the body with the soul as one and the same, and therefore Shariram Eva Atma Shariratma. Then Tasya Jnanena Shariratma Jnanena. Again Shakti Tatpurusha. Ends with the Tritiya Vibhakti, the instrumental case.
Sharira Atma is a Tritiya.
Tritiya Vibhakti. Again,
Okay.
so I'll repeat. Shariram Eva Atma or Sharirancha Idam or Asau Atma. Then Shariratma. Then Shariratmanaha Jnanam. Shariratma Jnanam. Again, the Napumsakalinga ending of the word. Then the Tritiya Vibhakti, instrumental case of Jnanam. Jnanena.
So it can also be a Tritiya. Okay. Okay.
No, because the Jnanena Mohitasya, the word goes with Mohitasya.
Yeah, Mohitasya is Shasti.
Who is confused over his own false knowledge of Sharira and the body and the soul.
Well, we have two things here. We have Mohitasya and we have Mohena. So we have a Shasti and a Tritiya.
The first one, Mohita.
Genitive and
Mohitasya refers to
instrumental.
Arjuna. Tena Mohena is by that confusion.
By that confusion of with the confusion. Okay.
Yeah, with the confusion.
Okay. Good. All right. So then
let us not confuse between the Shakti and the Tritiya.
No.
Mohitasya and Mohena.
You're right. Okay. So then later on we get a very, very long compound, this Asanga Karmanustana Rupa Karma Yoga Vishaya. That is the mentality that Arjuna has.
Buddhi, his intellect should become Asanga Karmanusthana Yoga Karma Yoga.
Karma Asanga Karmanustana Rupa Karma Yoga Vishaya.
That's all.
Yeah. Okay. And then it's also followed.
The problem here for the commentators is they want to be what we call bombastic in their expressions also, and therefore if you read, as you know, I think you have heard already, you have studied Yatindra Mata Deepika. There you will have, especially in logic, Nyaya Darshana, you will have long compounds Finally, it trickles down to single concept. So it is here. It is asanga, karmanushtana, rupa, karma yoga, karma yoga,
Karma yoga vishaya.
uh,
Vishaya.
karma yoga vishaya buddhi.
Yeah. And then again, right after it, stita pragyata yoga sadhana bhuta. Bhuta.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Again, the buddhi will be qualified by this word.
by that also, yes.
Yeah.
So
Because the word last, the what is Strilinga ending, Strilinga feminine gender ending. Therefore, you cannot say about Adhyaya, the second chapter. It cannot refer to the second chapter. It can only refer to the Buddhi, which is Strilinga again.
okay.
You say you read it again. After the word Buddhi,
Stita pragyata yoga sadhana bhuta.
Rupa.
No rupa.
Sita Prajnata Sadhana.
Stita pragyata yoga sadhana bhuta.
Bhuta. It is in Bhuta. It is Viti Adhyaya, it will be Bhutaha.
Okay. So again it refers back to Buddhi.
Because it cannot, the Viti Adhyaya cannot be understood as the means to get an intellect or performing the yoga called Sita Prajnata. Because by reading the second chapter, one cannot get firm intellect. So Sthita Prajnata Yoga Sadhana Bhuta Buddhi only. It qualifies only Buddhi.
Okay.
Not only because it is stealing a Shabda, and by reading the Bhagavad Gita second chapter, you cannot have you cannot have it as the method of or strategy to practice Sthita Prajnata. You are studying about Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha. That's a question by Arjuna. The Lord Krishna answers those questions. What does he do? How does he walk? How does he behave? So many questions he is asking.
Right. So I'm just wondering, because now it says Dutiya Adhyaya Prokta. The next verse is about the second chapter. It seems like he's saying he's already talked about the second chapter. So I just wanted, what is he going to say in the next verse? We don't know, because he's already spoken about the second chapter. The next verse of Gitartha Sangraha is about the second chapter. So again, he has to talk about the second chapter.
No, that is what the commentator feels, that the second chapter must be introduced in the commentary, in the meaning of the abridgment of the first chapter.
Okay, good.
You should read the first chapter should have a link to the second chapter.
Right, as we talked about before. Yeah. Okay, so then
he writes the what we call a prelude to the second chapter.
Right. So my final question here is where is the quote from? Where is the quote from? Nityatma Sangha, and the ellipsis, the three dots, ... Moha Shantaye. Where is that verse from?
This must be from the Bhashya of Sri Ramananda.
You think it's from Gita Bhashya? Okay, so I have to search for it, because he is Vedanta Deshika here is saying Taruktam, just like it is said that this in this particular quotation from it must be from Gita Bhashya. So we have to look it up in Gita Bhashya and see what it says. Otherwise, we don't know why he's quoting it here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's.
I told you there is a full stop. There are two full stops there in between. Tada Atma Asanga. And then
in English,
in
English we call it an ellipsis. It means that something is left out.
Yeah.
And and the rest of the verse is left out to be understood.
Okay, but there should be some dots.
Yeah, 3 dots, dot, dot, dot. It's called ellipsis.
Okay, not available in Sanskrit. Is it available in Sanskrit?
In Sanskrit, there's no ellipsis. There's no punctuation like that.
And again, there is no necessity of single full stop before Mogashanti. If it is double full stop, the quotation ends there.
Yeah, no, the thing is 3 dots is something else in English. It's called an ellipsis. It just means some text.
That's okay. That's okay. But you find a double full stop and single full stop together between Mogashanti and the previous word.
Yeah, actually in the text that I'm taking this from, he's actually put 4 dots. So I think he just means that there's some, I don't know how the original in Sanskrit would be.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can tell me, is there any punctuation in Sanskrit for such a thing?
And no dots in between.
Just like for instance, I give you an example. In Sankalpas, when we read a Sankalpa, sometimes we, in old books, they put amuka, 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 amuka. Wherever there's a dash, wherever there is a place where we have to put a different word for the name of the name, fill up the blanks. Yeah. Then they put amuka, which means whatever, or what, you know. But that is in the old books they put amuka. In the new books they put dash. But in Sanskrit there'll be no dash.
No.
So here also there's no ellipsis. There's no 3 dots in Sanskrit. But what he means is a dash. He means that there is something in between. There's a section in between, and we have to go find it to find out what it means.
And the first word we understand is followed by some words, and it is like a shloka. It is like a verse. Therefore, what you call danda, 2 dandas are there. Again, Mogashantaye, again is the last word. Is the last word in the quote. Therefore, something is missing before Mogashantaye.
Right. If Mogashantaye is the last, it should have a double danda after it.
Yeah, one single danda is also there. That means there are 2 halves of the verse, whereas the second half ends with Mogashanti.
Right.
So that is my understanding.
Okay, but, I'll see if I can find it. I'll see if I can find it and post it for the next class. So if anybody else has any questions or comments, you can just unmute and ask.
Swami, I was just trying to understand also, when you mentioned dharma bhayam, and you gave that example about the ladies leaving water for the Lord in the sanctum sanctorum, and some do and some don't, and then some will be fearful. It becomes like a practice that now, some ladies will think, okay, well, that has become a practice, so out of fear they will do it. So you're saying, who is right? Which one? The one who does it, or the one who doesn't do it? So which one is actually right? I think that if it's not something in Shastra, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do it. If Shastra doesn't say that you have to leave water for the deity like that, and it's done out of, as you said, motherly affection, either way is okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, unfortunately or fortunately, there is no Shastra to tell you to place the water.
Right, exactly.
And if you do it out of your love and affection for the Lord, you are not prevented from doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing prevents you. But
I can't say you are at a mistake. You are doing some mistake of not following a Shastra when there is no Shastra like that.
Okay, but that in itself is not dharma, right? So where does the dharma bhayam come from, that one is fearful that if one doesn't do it?
And that's all.
Okay, but that's not actually a dharma, isn't it? It's just some bhakti, basically.
Yeah, it's a show of bhakti.
Okay. So that's how I was trying to understand, well, how does that show the example of the dharma bhayam? Okay,
That's what we say. Dharma bhayam is we feel guilty when others do that and we don't follow that habit.
okay. But that
So
in
the
itself,
guilt leads to the fear. What will happen if I don't place a tumbler of water every night to the Lord? Will He punish me?
mhm.
Can we also say though, like it's a sistachara. In other words,
Yeah.
my mother put the glass there. My mother put the tumbler there for the Lord, and I saw her do that in my youth, and now I feel bad if I don't put it. So we see other people have done. Or I went to my friend's house and she showed me her puja room, and in her puja room she had a tumbler for the Lord, and I was thinking, wow, she has more devotion than me. I should also put it.
Okay.
Again, as he just now said, I feel that when someone else has more devotion than me, then I have the fear. That means I am not complete in devotion.
Okay.
Uh,
And these 6 points that you gave about, you said that Sri Ramanujacharya himself gave these 6 points that this is how a prapanna is supposed to be. That's what you were explaining.
Yeah. I will put it in English because it came in Tamil. I was translating immediately from Tamil to English to you. I will put it in Tamil and send the mail.
Okay, so you're going to send a mail. Okay. So we're going to discuss it at some point.
Yeah. Of course, there are 7 points. I told you only 5.
Okay, I got 6 so far, and you said 7. One more to come.
No, there were some subdivisions in number 5.
Okay.
And
Yeah, it'd be very
there
interesting
were
if
actually
you
6 subdivisions in number 5.
Okay.
So that you should have mistaken it as 6.
Okay.
Now, of course, there is no sanctity about the number. The quality of the expression matters.
Right. Okay, I look forward to when you put that in a mail, and we can discuss it. Maybe the next time, but once you have done it, maybe we could discuss it next time. That'll be very nice.
Yeah, I can do it in no time.
That'll be quite interesting.
So also the other thing in this commentary, we had a discussion about Sankhya. I mean, it was mentioned about Sankhya, and we still didn't discuss about the different categories in Sankhya, including the Tanmatras and the Pancha Mahabhutas and Panchakarana, all these different things that are coming in Sankhya. Did you get time to go over that?
Yes.
Did you get time to read that? What I sent you?
Arjuna's intellect has become Sankhya Buddhi, according to the commentary of Sri Vedanta Desika. And we can also say attribute it to Nirishwara Sankhya or Seshwara Sankhya as Arjuna pleases to have.
Okay, so Arjuna's intellect, he is thinking like a Sankhya, a follower of Sankhya, and do we know which type of Sankhya he's thinking like? It's the same.
Because Lord Krishna is nearby, he understands that it is Seshwara Sankhya.
Seshwara Sankhya, and Kapila, the Kapila Maharishi, he propounded Sheshwara Sankhya.
Both Seshwara and Nirishwara.
He taught both.
Yeah.
How can he teach both?
That is the beauty of Sriman Narayana's incarnation.
So he taught an atheistic.
Parshurama fought with Rama. How could it happen?
Okay.
Many people question this. When Rama was returning after wedding from Mithila to Ayodhya, Parashurama is confronted. Who is he? He is also an incarnation of the Lord. How can two incarnations meet at the same time? That is our ignorant question. And Parashurama is challenging, is putting a challenge before Rama. Because you broke the Shiva bow of Shiva. Now I have Vishnu bow. How will you use it? Then Rama aims an arrow at him. Then Parashurama says, take away all my power of penance. He goes to perform penance in some corner of the creation.
I heard that Parashuram is a Shaktya Veshavatar.
Yeah.
That he's an empowered Jiva. And Lord Rama is a Purna avatar.
Very good.
So then there's no real comparison, isn't it? Well, there's a comparison. There are two avatars, but Lord Rama is the Purna avatar. So he will obviously conquer him.
Yeah. That generally we call the three avatars as Purna avatara. Varaha avatara, because of all the three avatars, because of Charama Shloka available. Varaha, Rama and Krishna. And Balarama or Parashurama are not taken into consideration. But it is an evolution of the attitude. Parashurama is more angry. The emotions are not controlled. Rama is a controller of emotions. So it is about slowly upgrading the individual soul to a supreme soul. For example, the fish lives only in water. The tortoise lives both in land and water. This is the evolution.
Evolution.
Then Varaha, he can stand with the four legs. Narasimha, half lion and half man. So it has elevated the emotion from the animal, what we call instinct, animal instinct to the human instinct. And then it is again half human. Then coming to the Vamana Avatara, a dwarf, the word dwarf, Vamana, refers to undeveloped maturity. And then Parashurama, full of emotions. Then Rama is complete man. Krishna is complete God. This is what Panchatantra teaches us through the fables called animal stories. Pashu Pakshi Katha. Animals and birds stories are called Panchatantra. The children are taught cock and bull stories. So many animal stories. By cartoons. They get the wisdom and they become better human beings, not better animals. So look, hearing the animal stories. So they elevate themselves from animal kingdom to the human kingdom, humanity. Then from humanity, it should, even the same Panchatantra story should uplift you to the spiritual human being, spiritual being.
How does the evolution go from Krishna to Kalki though? Kalki again is emotional, no?
Kalki is only a dissolution.
Dissolution. Okay.
Yeah. Dissolution of creation.
In some people are putting in Buddha in there.
Yeah.
But in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, we don't accept Buddha as an avatar because he was a
Buddha
Gnostic.
is not the avatar.
Right.
So Kalki is the consummation of all the incarnations. Finish. It leads to a finish.
Have you ever heard that there any other Charma shlokas beside the three Charma shlokas that we know? Because I've heard that Chinajir Swamiji, he says that Narasingha has a Charma shloka and even Sita has a Charma shloka. Have you ever heard?
Raman Bhatta has this idea that there's these different more Charma slokas he's found he has a Ranganath Charma sloka and he has a Sudarshana Charma sloka. So we can talk to Raman Bhatta about this, but generally I think only those three are accepted as being specifically important Charma slokas, correct?
Narayana Ji Swami gives Narasimha Charma Sloka.
Yeah, Sita, and you also give that Sudarshana one that Keshava Swami is speaking about. I came across it on one of their websites, but their websites aren't very user-friendly, I find. But yeah, they have mentioned Narasimha, Sita, Sudarshana. Also,
speaking of Narasimha, you were saying that there's three generally Purnavatars, Krishna, Rama, and Varaha, because of the Charma slokas. But normally what we hear is Krishna, Rama, and Narasimha as the Purnavatars. We don't know. Then again, when you go to Ahobilam, there is a Krodha Narasimha, which is in the form of Varaha Rupa. So Varaha and Narasimha seem to be almost one avatar, but different forms of the same avatar almost. Can you say something about that?
That's right. You are also Krodha Narasimha is Varaha Narasimha. So obviously all the incarnations of the same Lord.
Okay, so just like in Simhachalam in Andhra Pradesh, they have a Varaha Narasimha, and just now on Vijay, no, not Vijay, on Akshaya Tritiya, they take the chandan from him. He's completely surrounded by chandana to keep him cool because he's so angry, and they take the chandana off, and they have a Vishwarupa Darshanam only once a year on Akshaya Tritiya. Okay, so anyway,
now a parallel to what Chinnanarayana Ji Swami says, there are so many Charma shlokas. How many Sahasranama stotras have you heard so far? Number 1, Vishnu. Number 2, Lalita. Beyond that, how many? Now today we have umpteen Sahasranama stotras. Sai Baba. So many. Lakshmi Sahasranama Stotra is also not very ancient. Lakshmi Sahasranama Stotra. So also to all gods, Ayyappa. So many gods are now written. Again, with regard to Gayatri mantra, today there are 49 Gayatri mantras. You have Rama Gayatri today, Krishna Gayatri today. Generally, we have only Narayana Gayatri in the Upanishad, the Purusha Sukta, She Gayatri, Lakshmi Gayatri.
In Mahanarayana Upanishad, there is a section of Gayatris, which includes also Narasimha Gayatri.
Yeah, that's right.
So there are a few Gayatris which are coming in Shruti.
Sudarshana Gayatri is there. And different Gayatris for the same Lord.
Right.
The same deity. We have different Gayatris. Now, Dhanvantari Gayatri is there. So why I say this, as the Srirangam resident, K.N. Srinivasan, the advocate, who is also good at music, theory in music. He lives near Kodiyalam Kalyana Mandapam. He has published 49 Gayatri.
So all right.
This is not to be construed as what you call mistake or error in. It is out of bhakti we all create. Even the Upanishads, I told you, the Upanishads also are now increasing by number. 108 has come to 112. Because if Garudopanishad is written by someone writes Sarpopanishad. The Upanishad of the snake, it is available. It is printed. It is combined with all other Upanishads also. But generally we take first 10. First 10. We never study all the 108 or 110. So, according to one's own devotion, one can always have charama shlokas for different forms of the Lord. As long as they are good.
So finally, I wanted to ask in the very beginning of the discussion this morning, before you got to anything, you had a discussion about, you mentioned Ahara Niyama.
Yeah.
By Vedanta Deshika, the rules of eating, of food and everything, because there's a progression and it starts with eating the right food and ends in property, basically. So,
and there is a proverb that I forgot to tell you. Ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhi. When your food is pure, your thinking is pure. Your thought is pure.
But then you say that Ahara Niyama is it's obsolete now.
Yeah, because of changing times.
So we
categorize the items of food as sattvika, rajasika, and tamasika, and it is up to us to use minimum tamasika, moderate rajasika, and full sattvika. The availability of the items which are more tamasic in nature is more, and therefore following others, we tend to use tamasika items of food often than other types of food. Now all that will induce the animal instincts in us, the emotional imbalance. That is the purpose. So we choose. We can always decide what will be the good food and what will be the bad food.
Okay. Again, if you say it's obsolete, I mean, so many of the foreign vegetables have come in, and even chilies and other foreign vegetables and different things. So you're saying, with common sense, we have to look at the items and we have to categorize them as sattvika, rajasika, and tamasika, and we have to try to avoid as far as possible the tamasika and the rajasika. And but I mean, there are some people who are very sattvic in their food habits. Even in the West, there are people who are fruitarians or vegans. They're very sattvic. And yet they're not, they're all atheists. Many of them are atheists. So I don't understand exactly. Then again, I meet many great Sri Vaishnavas who eat food that is very spicy, seems to me to be very rajasic or tamasic to me. To me, I don't know. It seems difficult for me to understand how much is the food influencing the person, and how much the person is above these things. I don't know.
These are all individualistic in character.
So
and that is because of the bringing up, how the parents bring you up, and how you become one with the, as you say, asthana sneham karunyam, asthana sneham. If you have friendship out of place, then that the friendship influences your food. So we fall prey to the influence, bad influence. That's what it happens now.
Right, but what
as you said.
what I'm saying is, it is also said palena parichiyate, that we can know something by the result. So if I see a person who is a very great Vaishnava, and he also eats to me very spicy rajasic food like that, I can understand that this doesn't have an effect on him actually.
Yeah. And that's also there. A man of control of sense organs will never be perturbed by the bad items of food.
Right.
Because he has asanga towards, detachment towards the items of food.
Okay, so you're saying even if somebody takes wrong foods or wrong items, that if he's detached from that, then it doesn't become a problem for him. But it's only when a person is addicted to tamasic, addicted to rajasic foods, that it becomes a problem. Is that correct?
No, that's right. You are right.
Okay.
And that is my personal understanding.
Okay. Anyway, I think we could, you can go on forever. There are so many differences of opinion about food habits.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः।